forgive me for just going back to the first theme. I want to give you one example which I think encapsulates the dilemma when we talk about do men have to lose out for women to gain equality. You may have noticed this big row where a woman appointed as deputy editor in BBC News has refused to take up the job because she was offered less, I think about initially 12,000 less, than a man, the other deputy editor, appointed. And lots of women in the BBC signed up in her support, and she said, same job, same rate of pay. The problem is that the BBC doesn't have a rate of pay for a job, it has a band. And in that band, what you get paid is weighted also by the length of time you spent in the organisation and to a degree your age. So the man she is up against has edited a number of programmes, is 58 and so on. So in order, if you take the view that that doesn't matter, it's the rate for the job, particularly in the BBC at the moment, what you'll have to do is bring the man's pay down and say there's no longer a band for a job, there's a rate. But it also means however long you do it and however loyal you are to the company, you're not getting any more money because there is a rate for the job. That seems to me to encapsulate a real dilemma, and I just wanted to mention it because the way it's reported is slightly different. So if you take one view, men will have to be penalised. If you take another, and the primary thing is equality of pay, the pay is the job, the pay, that determines it. You take another, and it's those dilemmas that are being fought out.
So I think this issue, and we see the overall issue of women's pay at the BBC making news headlines time and time again. To me, this just shows really good illustration of how middle class feminism is. If you work in McDonald's and you go for a job interview in McDonald's and you say, oh, I'd like to negotiate my salary, please, and I'd like my experience and I'd like my reputation to be taken into account, they laugh at you. They say, there's the door, we'll get somebody else, thank you. If you're a teacher, even, which is a fairly middle class job, if you're a teacher and you say, I'd like to negotiate my salary, I'd like this and this to be taken into account, they say, no, this is the pay scale, this is what you get. We've had equal pay legislation in this country, about same job, same pay, for many decades, since the mid-1970s, and any woman sitting in this room now, if you think that you are doing the exact same job at the exact same level for the exact same number of hours each week as a man and are being paid differently, you need to seek legal redress. That's really important because your employer is breaking the law, and you should go and get legal redress, and I will help you. If make this offer available, I will do my best to help you. However, when it comes to the BBC, Hollywood, advertising, some of these industries that very few people work in, where honestly I look at them and their salaries to me look like telephone numbers. It's a salary which is way beyond my wildest imaginings and the wildest imaginings of everybody I know in my family.
I've just taken 20% pay cut for feedback.
Then, I'm sorry, but my heart doesn't really bleed. No. And their salaries are not based on the same rate, the same way in which my salary is negotiated. It's their reputation, their ability to pull in an audience, their experience, often through negotiators, through agents, and they need to get a better agent.
Yeah, but I think you're mistaking performers as opposed to producers and others, because the BBC pay levels generally have come for ordinary right down. And what's happened with the fragmentation in the industry is that particularly, and it tends to be in radio, a lot of women are on short-term contracts, salaries haven't gone up, it's casualisation, they haven't been paid for a long time. But no, man, that's aside.
For more debates, talks and interviews, subscribe today to the Institute of Art and Ideas at IAI TV.